Hi, Internet viewers. Frank Rauscher again. We're working on the goldfinch. I diverted a little bit on my last video to iron out some points that there was some confusion along the way, and some people made comments, and I wanted to go over them again. So I'm sorry if I digressed into that and not the goldfinch. We are doing the goldfinch tail in this video, okay? So I will take you down to get this in place. We'll do the top of the what's the tail, and then what we'll do, we'll start working this all up. And I may even do a little bit of the coverts in here too, just to iron that out. So bear with me on this, and we will get you going on that. And I apologize for the last video, but I wanted to inform you of things that would help you out along the way that other people have questioned and so on. So I do that now and then, and I'll do a Q&A where I'll try to answer some of the questions that may have been posed to me and stuff like that. And sometimes you'll want to hear it, sometimes you don't, but I try to be positive for what I do, okay? And I've been doing this for years, so I sort of have my way of doing it, and I'm not saying I got the right way, but it's my way, okay? I'm not trying to say that everything is done the way you should follow me. So you come up with your own methods. I'm just trying to guide you, okay? So we try to do that to the best of my ability. Also, if anybody is interested in the goldfinch or other birds that I had done, or even the otters, which I had done before, and I have a catalog. So you can order the catalog through me. If you go to my email address, which is Rauscher, Rauscher, Frank, Frank, 7 @gmail.com, I will send you out a catalog. If you email me, then I'll have your email and I'll get that out to you, okay? You can select what you want. I have my number there, so you can either write to me through emails or you can call me, and I'll gladly try to guide you. And I would like to think that I guide you in the right direction. And you don't need everything under the sun. You really don't. You'll end up with it anyway. But I mean, I try to give you the minimum and what I think is the best for you. And I've done this over a number of years. I used to sell a lot of the carving equipment and everything else along the way. And I sort of feel as though I know what is a good product. And so I try to guide you in that direction. And you can take my advice and pick your own, you know. It's to each his own. So I try to do that. So if you ever need anything, I even sell like the patterns separately, or the blanks separately, or the feet, or the eyes, the bits, and stuff like that. And I have other things that I don't even list in my catalog. Like if you need moss, I have that reindeer moss. You can put that around your base and it really enhances the look of it, things like that. I have snow. If somebody's looking for something like imitation snow, I have that available. There's a lot of things, iridescent powders that you mix in with your paint. If you're doing like a hummingbird and you want to enhance that iridescence, I have that available. If you need paints, I have that. I have brushes. I'll try to guide you into what I think is a good item, okay? And for the most part, I think I've guided most people in the right direction. So, but that's my opinion, and you're going to have to determine that along the way here, okay? So I'm going to move on, and we're going to get the tail done on the goldfinch. So bear with me. I'm going to swing the camera down so that you can watch what I do on the tail. And again, apologize for the diversion on the last video, but I think it's helpful to everybody, okay? So I hope you took it that way. And again, if you're watching the videos and everything else, I wish you would give me a subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up because that helps in my count. And if you have anybody that you know that may be interested in wanting to do this stuff, definitely put them onto my channel. That would be really helpful for me. And I'm trying to give you everything that I've taught over the years here. It's almost like you're taking a class with me. So hope this is helpful to all of you. And if it is, definitely pump me up a little bit. That'll help. So here we go. I'm going to get you going on the tail. Okay, here we go. I'm going to ask you to put in your center line still that you have. That would be measuring from end to end here and finding the middle. You should have done that already because that's how we established building the feathers off of that, that center line. So I'm going to ask you to get that in and then transfer it down over here so that we can have a center line on the other knee side. And you should have this already because we didn't really affect too much down here yet. But get that in, and it's the middle of between here and here, straight down, okay? Now, I'm going to show you how to draw these in. We're going to mimic what's here, okay, on this pattern. Okay, we're doing this exact pattern or that makeup in here. So I'm going to do it like this. From here to here, which is from your wing feathers here, down to here, or I should maybe go backwards. Let's see. Let's do it this way. It's 1 1/8. Let's see. This is 3/4. Okay, let's do it this way. From the end of your tail in, I want you to measure 3/8 and put a dot. Okay, so you're 3/8 in from the end of the tail in, and you can put just. Let me get this sheet over a little bit. Remember, I was telling you about this in the last video. These mats are kind of handy. So I'm just going to lay this here and put a little perpendicular line. Just right here. Just a little bit. Right at that point. Okay. Let me get this back. So I don't know if this is helpful to have a white background or that other color. But anyway, I'm holding it now. I'm going to come in here. And I'm going to come out about 1/8 of an inch off of this. And I'm going to come up and I'm going to flare out just a little bit, which is maybe a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch. And then as I come up to this dot or line we have here, I'm going to curve this around like this. Now I want to do this side the same on this side. So I come 1/8 of an inch over this way, and I want to mimic exactly what I have there over here. Okay, so now you got the center feather. There's actually 10 feathers in each side, but you only see 9 because there's one underneath the other and you don't see that. So I'm projecting you'll only see 9 total across here. That's the way it works. So here we go. I'm going to come off of this dot after I get this in now, and I'm going to flare out like so, and I'm going to I'm going to have this maybe a 1/16 apart down here, and then we flare out a little bit and then pick this up here, okay, like so. And for those who have the pattern, you can sort of see it there, okay? So then I'm going to come in to about the middle of this feather, and I'm going to flare out again, similar to what I did here, but maybe not a distance from the last one. I'll cut it off about here, and I'll do about a 1/16 off of that one, and then widen as I come out and get that together like so. Okay, so we got to get 5 on each side, counting the middle one as 1. Okay, so then I want to do another one, and I'm going to come off the top of here, swing this around. I'm going to keep this a little in tight, more than that one. I'm coming over here about a 1/16 again off of this one, and I'm flaring out like so, and that's number 4. And then I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to come off of this one, right off of here, and come around, and I'll be about another 1/16 off of that one, and then flaring out as I come out like so. Okay, now exactly what you do on this side, you got to do on the other side. So I'm just going to turn this around. If it's helpful to some of you, you can always lay your ruler where you get one of your hash marks or inch marks right there, like the 2-inch lined up with the center, and then move it down to where this one stops, and come over here and put a little line. If you want to come down to the next one, you can come down, put your pencil mark right on that spot, bring that over, and that comes over to here. And then your other one. Let me get perpendicular here. There, and we got a little bit at the end. So if that helps, you got some references how far out you got to come. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to spin off of here, like so, coming down to about the same depth that I have here on this side, and that will help me. And about a good 1/16 coming out, coming up, and coming around. So I'm trying to make these two line up with each other if I get it from right across perpendicular. Now, I'm going to do this feather next, which is coming out like in the middle here. And I don't know if I did this one correctly, but I know I have to make it look like that one. So I'm going to eyeball it here. And I think I'm at about out here. And I can adjust these too. I'm going to come down about a 1/16. flare this up and out and around. And I'm trying to make these points the same as far as the length from here back, same way here. And a lot of times I just do an eyeball, but sometimes I'm not even close. So I'll get the starting point of where I came off of this feather here. And I want to come out a little bit more, just a little bit, but I'm basically keeping similar shape. Okay, I think that's closer. Then I'll come off of this one, which comes off right about here, turns there, 16th out from here, then it widens as it comes out. It turns right here. I have a little inclusion in the wood that came along with this piece, so no problem. That'll probably disappear as I start grinding this wood down. So I'm trying to match up this side to that side. We're pretty close. Then I'm going to take the last one. Let's see. Am I okay here? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to come back here, 16th on the back side here. Run this up. I came off that point about here. So I'm going to turn that like that, slide this up, and turn it. And we're pretty close. Let's see if everything looks close enough. This maybe should be out a little bit more. So I'll just move that. And that's what you want to do. You want to massage it so this side and this side match. Okay. Now that we got that, what I want to do is burn it in. So here we go. Let me get my optivisor, which is my magnifiers. And anybody's looking for these, I have the optivisor, which is this unit here. And I also have another one that has like 3 lenses that you can pop in on a loupe to get what's in it, real fine work that you can see with the magnifier. And it also has a light. And if anybody's interested in that, I have them available. I think they go for about $20 for the one with the lights. The optivisors that I use are probably about $27, give or take. Okay, not sure exactly, but I think that's around that pricing. Okay, now what I'm going to advise you to do, this is my rest for my handpiece, but I also use this as a resting table to get the wood up a little higher, even a block of wood to get you higher so that you can lay this down and track around. You're not doing the center line, okay? So let me state that to you. So here we go. I'm going to come in on one of these lines and I'm going to track it right. Just take your time. If you notice, I always try to keep a finger on the piece at the same time I'm burning. I do the straightaway. When it comes to the turn, I come around halfway. Now in this case, I'll hold this up a little higher so I can work on it. I hope you guys can see it pretty good. I'm going to get my pen right on the pencil line. Take your time. Don't rush it. And you can track right down. You know what I didn't do? I just seen it. And before we go any further, let me back up a little bit. the thing I should have told you is you needed to really smooth this out, okay? And get it nice and smooth so that you can pencil these lines in, okay? Sanding would be great. But one thing I've meant to tell you is these feathers here, I want to lift them a little bit. So let's see if I have the right points. Yeah. I happen to have a diamond point like this. It's got a little bit of it's fatty a little bit, but not that wide. And compared to, I got really thin stuff that looks like a needle, but I'm going to go with this one. It's a diamond, and most of my diamonds are made in the States here. I do have some real inexpensive Chinese diamonds, but the bond doesn't hold up as well. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to undercut this wing, and I should have done this even before I started this, but we're okay. I'm sort of back fitting here. I want to undercut this so that these feathers don't look like they're exactly laying on this tail. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to lay it right onto the feather. I don't want to touch anything as far as the burn goes. I'm driving that in just to get some air in there, okay? Just to get some separation. So I'll do that on the one side here. I don't want to go too far. I don't want to come all the way down to here, but I'll transition it out to here and then clean it up a little bit. Now, I know, I just did the pencil work, but we'll get it back. I'll show you. And then I'm going into here, and I'm trying to undercut without losing your burn. I'm going underneath it, okay? See? Now, to get the lift, I got to take some of this material away. So, this is why I said I should have put the cart before the horse. All the drawing we did would be lost. So, for those who are following the video, make sure you do this before we draw, okay? I just blow it in that respect. So I'm smoothing this out as best I can because I don't want that dig. The dig should be underneath the feather. And it's just raising it slightly, okay? Just to act as if it's not laying on the surface of the tail. Now, I did that with this real thin one, and if you can see it, it is really thin, okay? So I'm going to go back in with, let's see what I have. I also have a diamond. It's almost like a bullet type. And what I'm going to do, I have a little groove in there, like we have a channel in there. So I need to blend this out on this side. So I'm going to come in here, and that little point will get me in to clean up and then make this wood look like it's going straight in. So that the feathers look like they're going straight into the body. I know, I'm doing things over again and losing some of my detail that I just put in there as far as the feathers. This is a lesson in how not to, okay? So get this all smoothed out. And like I said, you should have sanded all of this ahead of time, okay? So now that we got that done, and we got some lift in there, and you can see that pretty pretty readily, okay? I could put my nail in there pretty good, and we got it. And then we got a nice transition coming out. It's not a drop in. You want to slide it up to it. And if you have a little rise and fall, which I think I do, I will come back with the pear, because the pear is a little more forgiving. It's either the pear or you can use, this is what I call a fat flame. These are very nice to use too. And they're ruby. They don't cut as fast, but that's good. So I'll just transition that without making more indents into the wood, you know, where you don't want to go to China as far as you're trying to just get it to roll out, okay? And that's what I do. Okay. Now, let me go back. Here we go. Reinventing the wheel again. Here's the center line. I'm going to put that back. Here's this feather, and it comes back to here. This one comes back to here. This one came out of here, came back, and I said it's a 16th off of this one. So I'll put that back in. Okay. And the smoother you have this, the easier it is to draw, okay? And not what I'm doing where I didn't sand this, but to expedite things, going back without sanding it, but you should, okay? And then, here we go, 16th, getting a little fat. My what thing here? We're coming out, coming back, coming around, okay? And then we got the last feather. That's a 16th off of that one. And it tapers out like that, okay? But they all go back right in to where we just excavated out. Butts right into that. Now I'm going to do the other side. Let's do it this way. I got a 16th off of here. I'm shooting down to that point. Then I have a 16th off of this one. And I'm shooting this down to that point. And then I got a 16th off of that one. I'm shooting down to that one. And a 16th off of that one. This is sliding down right to there. Okay? So we're back in business again. All right? Now, I'm going to get my burner again and continue what we're doing, except that where I just excavated out, I have ground some of the burn off of there. So I'm going to come back in and just finish it back under there. Hope you guys can see this well. Just there. I don't need to go all the way down. Now, when I go to do these feathers and the next ones, I'm going to come around. I usually do it halfway. I find that you stay in control. And you go halfway again. And then you run your line down. Some of you may want to come this way with it. As long as you're staying on the pencil line. Okay, I'll do this side this way while I got it. I'm going to run that down. And come back up here, do it halfway. Halfway and join up. Okay. Try to make it nice and smooth. Then I'll do a 16th off of that and come up here. Do my half circle. Then I'll do the other half. And then join up to my straightaway, like so. And then I'll do the straightaway again on the outside. And then I'll stop, come up and do this right in here, halfway, then the other half, and then join up. There you go. Okay. Now, I'm going to come over on this side. I'll do the straightaway first. Follow that down. Like I said, if you need to rest, use the rest to keep you stable. I'm holding this so that you can get a better bird's eye view of what I'm doing here by holding this up. And I feel comfortable doing this, but sometimes I need to rest it. And that's just like I was saying on the last video. One gentleman had mentioned about he likes to use a vise to hold the piece sometime, and that acts like a third hand. And whatever way, you know, you get there, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Not against it. So we get that one in. Then I'll do the straightaway again back here. I'm going to come down here. Get down to the end here. Turn right there. Then we got our last one. And that is following this line. Right on down. And you should have enough. So, that jumped on me. I got very close to the edge here. I was just going to say, you should have enough room to get these feathers on because of the width I provided you when I cut the blank out. So you should have plenty in there. Okay, there's all your feathers all burned in, okay? So there's a couple ways of attacking this, and of course, yes, I did. I have it. This is what you call a diamond with a safe end, okay? And I work it this way. You get the diamond. Doesn't have any diamond on the end. It has real fine diamond in here. It's great for relieving feathers. I'll leave this sticking out because I got to get flattened in there. So I'll leave that a little longer. And then I'm going to come like this. I'm going to butt this right up to the burn, and it tracks right along that burn line, okay? And what you're doing is, you're doing this feather, but you're actually relieving the feather below it. You're taking material out. If you notice, I'm angled down this way because this surface is rolling this way. I'm trying to get this to look like shingling. It's going down this way, and it's going to go down that way. So I take the material out. Now this won't let you get in under there, so I'll show you how to do that afterwards. But you get most of it. Now I'm going to go to the next one. And I don't care if I lose a little burn. I need to get these to look like they step down off of each other, like a shingle effect. Then I'll do the next one. And the nice part about the safe end it gets you right up to the burn, and it tracks the burn. Okay. And what it does, it prepares the feather down below. Even though you're raising the upper one, you're also smoothing out the surface on the next one down. So I'm going to do this one, which is the fourth feather down. I'm coming around. Coming around. Then the last one, I'll undercut a little bit. And we're right on the edge just about now. So I'm not really too much worried about getting this out yet. Okay. But I want to make sure that these all look like they're standing up a little bit. Now I'm going to go to this side. And this has, you get a little bit of a lift just by getting your nail in there, and you can feel it. Okay, it doesn't have to be a lot. Now I'm going to go this side and come back as far as I can go without banging into the wing here. Then I'm going to come around here on the outside. Get back in here. I hope I wasn't drifting again, which I tend to do. And notice I'm sloping it this way now, because it's rolling. Okay. Then I'll come around on the outside of that one. You get that look like it's separating. Notice how I'm preparing the feather below it, getting that nice and smooth all the way back in there. And then I'll come around and go to the outside here. This is on the fourth feather. Come around. Run that down. Now I have safe ends that are bigger barrels. If you're doing like ducks or geese or a bigger bird and you need to cover more, I have them as well on the safe end side. So I'm coming in around here to lift that. I'll lift these a little bit on the outside here. Okay. Now, we have each one with a little stepping. If I need to come in again, I will hit them just to get that going. I'm not worried about the outside ones right at the moment, and I'll show you why. Now, the other thing I want to do is I'm going to go back to my bullet, or something like a bullet's pointed diamond. I'm going to stick that in there again. And what I'm going to do is just clean up on the inside here where we didn't get it all the way back. So I'm going to come in, back in here, and just touch it so it cleans it right up to the back end there. Do it on this side. So everything looks like it's sloping right on into the body. Okay? And that does that. Now, let me show you. I'm going to use a tungsten carbide bit. If you bear with me 1 second. I'm going to get that bit. I have what I like is a barrel shaped tungsten carbide bit. This is for hogging, but I'm going to get that all the way in. And then what I'm going to do, all this out here and this V in here that's shaped that way, and out here is all excess. So what I mean by that is all this in here has to come out, all this in here. So you treat it like this. I'm going to come in and I'm going to grind all the way back to that feather line. But I don't want to bang into my wing. So I'm going to bring this in like this. And I want to come right on up, almost like I'm routing it out, like I'm coming in here and coming right up to that burn without banging into the wing. Stay under the wing. You can see I'm grinding the material. I want to go straight up and down so that you have a wall going straight up and down right at the burn. Don't redo it or you'll take too much out. You got to be careful, especially with these bits. When you come to the corner here, knock the corner down a little bit and go slowly with these or you'll take too much out. Then you'll have to use what they call plastic wood to put some back in. You don't want to do that. Now, I'm going to come in the center here now and take this down as best I can. So I'm going to come in this way. You can see I'm doing it slowly so I can stay in control. Just take your time. Let the bit get close, and then we'll follow up with another bit just to clean it up. I want this so that when you're looking down, you got a straight wall going down, not something that's dipping in, okay? So this is going straight back. This is coming around. So it's matching exactly what you have there as a burn. And I'm going to come into here, get these close to the burn, but because this is a fat bit, it ain't going to let you get all the way in there. So I'm going to get as close as I can. Knock the corner down just a little bit. Do it a little bit at a time. These are great bits to get a lot of material out, but you also got to be careful with them. Now I'm going to run this down so I can have a wall here right by the burn. Now I got that pretty well straightened out. I'll come around here and I'm going to look down to see that it is a wall. Now back here on this corner, you got to watch that wing. So you got to come this way. Clean right up, really careful. Okay, you still got material in there that's too much. Because if you look down, you should see it's just a wall straight down. And this, the rump sort of comes into this like this. So, and I've done it over here too. I smoothed this out. So it looks like it's under this wing. May need to take a little bit more out down here. Okay, so we have what looks like a wall all the way around here, except for maybe in here. I didn't get all that. So here's what I do. That same diamond I had before, I'm going to get that in again. And this will get me inside here. And it's more of a controlled cut. So I'm going to take that back to that center feather where the burn is. Then I'm going to clean this up so where each one piggybacks off of the other. I don't want any excess material. So I'm coming in here. And I get any of the excess that didn't shape up originally the way it was supposed to. And that'll get me cleaned out in there, okay? Now, if you need any quick just cleanups, the diamond's nice because it's a real fine diamond, and you can smooth the surface out pretty easy on these. And you're going to find out as you go that one side's going to be better than the other side. I'm a lefty, so certain sides come out better for me because I'm geared towards being a lefty, but some maybe the right side comes out better than the left side. So all depending on what your hand that you're using, okay? Now, I got them out. Now I need to show you how to texture these. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to come in and do some burning for you, but not everything, because you're going to do both the same side. I'm putting a quill down the middle here. I put a little quill here, here, and here. Then you have a quill over here, right in the middle of the feather. Same way here, here, and here. Now you get your pen. And I keep it on the number 6 setting, but depends on your machine what you want to use. These are an Optima 1 pens. I really like them, and I like the Optima 1 unit, but you can utilize these on any unit just about. I'm going to put my mark right down the middle, okay, like that. That's your quill. Then I'm going to do it here, 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 and there. Then I'm going to come over on this one, there, 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 and there. And this may be where your rest may come in handy, so that it's steady and you can mark it out. I tend to hold it up, but that's optional. Now, we have to do this on a 45-degree angle, the veining. So I'm going to ask you to come in and start texturing and getting these as close as you can. These are real fine point, and they really get in there, and they give you a beautiful line work. And these are really good, and I like these a lot. So I'm doing the same. What I'm doing, I did half of this feather, then I jumped down to this one, and it's the same angle, because you're only doing, like this side of the feather, you're doing only half the feather going down on this side. So you're keeping the same direction, and you're burning right on up and in there, okay? I'm not worrying about this side yet. Then I'll come in here, and I'm burning straight out. I'm not burning in like I did up here. You're burning from the inside out, okay? So the reason why we do the outside in is to give a softer edge, and I don't need that on the tail feathers, okay? At least that's what I do. Then I'll do this one. And this is all the same direction on the veining, so what you've done to the one previous, you're just following. And you got to get the tip right in there. And these pens, even the spear-shaped pen I have too, works very well to give you that real inside line work, okay? So I just want to get this one side done, and then I'm going to ask you to do the other side off camera, okay? And we're mimicking the same thing, except it's the other side. Now, on these here, these little ones, you're 45 in it this way. Hope you could see this. So you're always coming back on a 45 on each side. It's this side, and then this side. Now on this side, it's the same 45 again. I'm coming out here. Right up to the quill. You don't want to go past the quill. Okay. And that gets you there, right on up under the feather. Now you're going to do, you could do all these little ones, 45 in this way, just like this, and get them out of the way. They're just little ones, or at least a little bit of veining on this side. And then you're doing everything 45 in this way, which is similar to this half over here, like so. So I'm going to ask you to do that, and we'll get that. You'll have that done on your own, and you're doing exactly what you did on this side, and we'll have the tail, at least the top of the tail, done. So hope you enjoyed what we did here. I would ask if you could give me a thumbs up if you really appreciate the channel and what I'm doing, and give me a thumbs up. And if you could pass the word on about my channel again, I'd appreciate that as well. And if you ever need anything, you can contact me through the comments section of the video or through my email. And it's Rauscher, R-A-U-S-C-H-E-R, Frank, F-R-A-N-K, 7@gmail.com. And hope to see you on the next video. And I'd like you to complete this side, okay, as far as the markings. And then we'll proceed on doing the underneath side of the goldfinch tail, okay? So see you on the next video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye now.